Alright, folks. If you're dealing with Dungeons and Dragons, you probably heard about the OGL. I think I may have overreacted a little. But, honestly, in fact, I think I remember that they said that the OGL was listed somewhere in here, that this was published under OGL. Well, the first time opening this book. I think it was on the inside of the cover, I think they said. Yeah, no, maybe. Game designers, artists. Anyway, it's gonna be here somewhere. But let's talk a little bit about what goodwill is. It's an accounting term that's used to describe parts of a company that cannot be put on, essentially on, you can't really put a static value to it. Goodwill usually happens when you buy something that has assets. There it is, Open Gaming License version 1.0a. That don't, when you buy it's usually you buy a company and the assets, the value of the assets does not meet the price you paid for the company. That's what goodwill essentially is in an accounting sense. But what it really means, not just in the accounting sense, but in the reality sense, is that when you put something together and you develop a brand, or you develop all these intangible good parts of your company, it makes your company worth more than just, here's a bunch of stuff. And right now, I'm being reminded that it is possible to have a negative goodwill value. If you make your brand, if you make your company, if you make your whole way of doing business so toxic that people don't want to do business with you, who's going to buy your company? Who's going to want to buy your company for anything significantly other than on a discount? Right now, we see Magic the Gathering, we see Dungeons and Dragons, we see a lot of issues propping up from Wizards of the Coast. And even good products are coming out short because we're waiting for Wizards of the Coast to somehow screw the whole crap up. Every time they do something. I got some boxes of Dominaria Remastered. Until people had the product in their hands, it wasn't going up in price significantly. Once people started getting them and opening those boxes, it started going up in price because there was no trust in Wizards of the Coast to do it right. So if they do something right, the value will go up. Previously, we've been seeing a lot of situations where Wizards of the Coast releases something and the value just drops off a cliff. That means that people trusted that Wizards of the Coast would do it right, and that trust was broken quite often. So when you see the opposite happening, that means that people are distrusting Wizards of the Coast. And it's not always correct to just simply distrust them. But at the same time, it's really hard to stop and see that they have a pattern of screwing things up. There's going to be a lot of questions about the new OGL, including how enforceable it is. And honestly, it's going to be really hard to get any answers, because even though that they said that they're going to try to answer questions, the answer that we really want to know is it possible to revoke OGL 1.0A? And the real answer is, who cares? Why don't we just not worry about it and go somewhere else? Because Wizards of the Coast is owned by Hasbro, who is a large company who will inflict lawfare on whoever they seek fit to try to ensure that they can win. A case to create a precedent to show the world that they're in charge of Dungeons and Dragons now, and they get to write the rules. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Sometimes it doesn't matter in law who's right and who's wrong. Because at the end of the day, what they did, they broke trust with a community that was basically only a community, and that was their entire value of the asset, basically. The brand required goodwill. So I'm sitting here and I'm finding some sort of collector's editions of Pathfinder 2nd edition, and just unwrapping them and looking at them and just reminding people there's places you can go. They don't have you hostage. Even if you believe you've dealt with Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, 3.5, 4th, whatever, you have the you can even just use what you have. You don't have to go and buy new products. You don't have to make new products for. You can just enjoy what you have. You can do your homebrew. You don't have to go out and give money to people that just want to wreck the way things were. I feel like sometimes people need to understand what goodwill stands for. In some ways, goodwill is trust. It's the organization. It's the corporate culture. And if all of that's gone belly up and corrupted and done, then don't use the selling cost fallacy to pay them any more dollars than you have to. I feel like Dominaria Master is going to be the last Magic product I've ever bought from them. I don't really buy Dungeons and Dragons books, but I decided to buy some Pathfinder books. Honestly, these are awesome looking. But just remember that your wallet is yours to control. If you have a play group, you can talk to them about this. If you have friends, you have family. If anybody actually cares about any of this geek culture or whatever that keeps getting misplaced, mishandled, misused, just talk to them about it. And hopefully, maybe one day, we'll see Wizards of the Coast come home under a different ownership. Thank you.